Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video, I want to talk about people who are being judgmental. Now, I do want to say this, about judgmental people. Some think that if you say anything about anybody, you're being judgmental. Like if their behaviors are really bad, they did somebody really wrong. Are you really equating that to, to being judgmental? Like people who they sit and watch other people. I've seen this since I was a child. They just sit there and watch everything just so they can find something that the person, whoever's their target, says wrong, so they can pounce on that. And then go around telling everybody, oh, she did this, she said that. Yeah, she mispronounced this word. I have never met a person who has not ever mispronounced a word. Okay. So, especially the ones who claim that to make fun of other people, they seem to be the ones who do it the most. That tells a lot, doesn't it? But anyway, people who are judgmental, just because it fills up something in them where they're trying hard to be superior to other people. That's one thing that could be. And that's the way that they say, see, they're not superior to me. I'm superior to them because I noticed it and I don't do that. You get what I'm saying? So this person was waiting to turn in. It's like they couldn't wait for me to turn. Okay. Now would you call that judgmental, or would you say, hey, you almost hit me? Did you think you're going to get there a second earlier? Okay, I'm going to sit here and make videos. I've done this before several times, over I don't know how many years, but every once in a while somebody will be coming down this road and they just they go really fast, like they want me to know that they can get in my lane, and because there's two lanes. And nowhere does it say no parking, like the other side. But anyway, would you call them judgmental? No, but let's be serious, okay, about the judgmental thing. I've known people, like I said, since I was a child, that they would sit there, and even when I was a child, other children, it was like a craze or something. Maybe it still goes on, of fault finding something wrong with somebody who's the good person. Not the bad people. They find that, hey, that's my brother, that's my sister, whether they're blood related or not, But anyway, and then a lot of them, a lot of the whole thing, they use all that to gossip, do malicious gossip, and like I say, a big part of it quite often seems they want to look superior when they know they're not, and they try to find something with the other person. But sometimes it's just a little childishness in them. I don't even want to say childish, because children don't always act like that, or maybe never. They are children. They are not adults. Adults should know better. Just think it's funny. Oh, something to laugh about, something to talk about. Oh, let's talk about this person, that person. They actually say the names, and they gossip, like that. And it's on my mind because for a funny reason, for me to even say it would sound like me doing exactly what I say, you're being judgmental. Now, and I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, well, you know what? Here it is. There's a whole bunch of history behind this. Okay, I don't think I want to park here. I feel like where the sun's behind the clouds, but it also seems like it's hurting my eyes. But so I might move. But anyway. Okay, where was I? I took a few seconds there. Well, 3 minutes. Anyway, my goodness, I can't get this going today. Maybe it's all this dust in the air. For the past 3 days, we've been under what's called a red flag warning here in Texas, north of Dallas. We had 2 warnings. One was because of the wind speed, and one was because that and we have to be very careful because of fire, and so the fire and storms and all that, and it's been really bad. And today they said it was supposed to pass over last night and finish. We'll be finished with the warnings. We don't have the warnings today that I saw, but a little while ago when I came out, it's 3:38, so close to around 3, I guess. On my SUV, there was so much of this dust. You know, it was so hazy because of dust for the past, I don't know how many, maybe the whole 3 days. But anyway, it's on my SUV. It looks like pollen, but the color of it is more like a burnt orange. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. A burnt orange. You see there that car going that fast? That was very fast. And it actually made my SUV shake. And that's a little car. Goodness. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure I want to sit here. I think I'll go ahead and move. Okay. Now I will move. There's another place I sit that people drive, and there are a lot of cars around there. Anyway, when Adam and I when I was 18 years old, Adam and I got married. And I'm 61 now. Okay, so that was when I was 18. He's a little older than I. And I never tell his age. It's not my story to tell. But I always give fake names too and all that. Anyway, so what was that? Back then, you know, like we lived in an apartment or something. You know, it was never our house. When we first met, he was renting a house from his boss. But we moved and eventually wound up in a, like apartment, and we moved a lot back then. And I'm talking different states even for jobs and everything. But we lived in an apartment, and in those days, people would come and visit us, like in his family, my family. Most often, people came to visit us, okay, instead of the other way around. And we didn't go to their place for whatever reason. I don't even know anymore. I mean, I don't know. There was one of his cousins, her place. Yeah, we would go there sometimes. But most often, she and her husband would come to ours. You got me. So, why the dynamics were that way back then, I don't remember. I don't even know if I even thought about it. It just was how it was. So, okay, so now fast forward all these years to let's say the last 10. It was definitely like this. People who would come to see us, or even come to like stay for a while. Like Adam, his family, they grew up in a country across the globe, and some of them are in yet another country in Canada. And when they come to the United States, they stay for, say, 6 months. Or like his niece, who's 31 now, 2.5 years, she was a student working on a master's degree. And she stayed, well, anyway, these people, they tend to stay with us. In our house, we have a 2-story house, plenty of bedrooms for, people, for guests and everything. And bathrooms and all that. And it was just that they would make it. Our place is their destination, and then they'd go and do whatever they want to do. Like his brother was just here, just left, 2-3 days ago? I don't know. And his older brother. And even like his younger brother, when they would visit, they would come and visit us. So people were coming into our home and visiting. However many, whatever it was. Usually nobody ever came for one night. It's at least 2. Like I said, 2.5 years. She wasn't with us the whole time, though. But she was with us a little bit too much. Definitely overstayed her welcome. But overall, you know, that's how it's been with his family. I'm estranged from mine, my choice. So, now his family coming over. And they are the most judgmental people you would ever meet. They think that their family, their blood, you know, the relations, not the, you know, like the wives or husbands or boyfriends or girlfriends or any of that. You are going way. Okay, I had to take some off of that. Had to clip that last clip because an SUV come flying down that road, got real close to my SUV, and there was a little kid hanging out and doing their hands out in the air. That they could have cut that kid's hands off like that. The way that they was traveling so fast and so close. Idiots. So much idiots. I'm serious. Okay, I'm just gonna do the clouds here. But anyway, so many distractions today. Like this big old Bubba truck coming by. Anyway. And so all these people that would come visit, they were, you know, they're very judgmental. Adam said this about the brother that just left the other day. Said that, that they went, you know, he said that this brother is, he said, no matter what, he doesn't talk about people. He said he won't say anything about anybody, and unless you have to really ask him to find out information. And he went on a little bit about, you know, if not, his brother wouldn't say anything about anybody, and which I understood what he was saying was this brother is not a gossip. And I said, you mean like unlike the rest of your family? And Adam had, you know, he's a little older than I, he had a look of, you know, like mischievousness on his face, and he said, yeah, exactly. You know, because the rest of his family, they're so judgmental. He didn't like it when I said that about his niece, and, you know, summed it up, you know, whenever it was, a few months ago. I said that they're just all your family, they're just so judgmental. And he was trying to, he has this weird loyalty to them, even though he should not have. Many of us have been through that, so we know, you know, we shouldn't say anything because we've been through that. You find out and you're like, I don't have anything to do with them. But he has not found that out. It's everybody's journey, their own journey. But if that's the case. But they are extremely judgmental. Like I said, that they mostly come to our home instead of us going to theirs. So they come into our home and they're judgmental. And I've mentioned this in other videos, the way our house is, you know, like the living room itself. If somebody sits in the living room on a certain wall, you know, against the chair and against a certain wall, they can see everything. They can see every room in the house, including upstairs, the doors. When somebody's going into some other room or something like that, they can see that. Now, for people with kids, you might think this is great, wonderful, for grandkids even. You know where the kids are going, which room they're going to be in. But if it's an adult and somebody's visiting who's really judgmental, yeah, they're going to sit there and they're going to watch what you do and see if you do enough. His sister was like that. To see if, you know, did I do enough? Like she was the one who was, you know, the lady of the house. You know, that old-fashioned term for the woman of the house, lady of the house. And she made sure everything ran smoothly, like it was hers. Oh, she was such, you know, I let her know, she was such a, whew, she was bad. Bad. And that was the first time I met her, was like, it was 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago, when she came to the States for 6 months. Oh, horrible person. I never met her, like I said, never met her before in person. Yeah. Okay, and the niece I mentioned was her younger daughter, just as bad, if not worse. But, anyway, now that's something like that. Something like that, when somebody has actually done you wrong, really done you wrong, judgmental, or just stating fact. Not sweeping it under the rug, not going into denial, not making, oh, it seems, oh, they're so nice, they didn't do any of that. No, it's not being judgmental. Okay, now what are you going to do? Of course, somebody comes from the other side of the, turns right in front of me, and they park right in front of me. They're supposed to be parked on the other side of the road. No, they're going to park right in front of me. This whole area, but they're going to park in front of me. Yeah, and on the wrong side of the road. Got it. Anyway, is that being judgmental? By the way, I'm really not asking. So, but anyway, to get back to this. So now just think about it. These are people who, and they being judgmental. What am I doing? What is he doing? What is our house? Is our house clean enough? Adam said that one time. I wasn't there, but when this happened, but that his cousin, that same cousin that we've known since, I've known since before we got married. She and her sister, I think her sister's a couple of years older than she, and their mother, which her mother's a really nice woman, but that they had come and they were going, Adam caught them going through our cabinets, looking at our dishes and passing judgment on them, the plates. And they weren't good enough. They weren't expensive enough. It was China. It was supposed to be better than that. And I will never forget him telling me that. To me, it was more of a, I think I'm kind of like that in a way with many things. It's not what they say. It's not that they gossip. They go and tell other people things. It's not how they look at it. Nothing like that. It's what it is the nerve. If I can even say that, because overall, these are people who, that's what they are. They're gossip. Nothing, they really don't mean anything to me. I know them for what they are. They're gossips. And nothing they say or do should really hold any worth. Because it's not. That's what they are. Gossips. Adults mean girls, adults mean boys. Have no life of their own. They have to go and do that. That's how they live their lives. So, but I guess if anything, it would be that of the nerve of them. To come to your house. This is your home. And sit there and judge your home and how you are in your own home. You see. So, okay, now because of the way that it has been all these years, decades, like I said, he and I met and got married over 45 years ago. Over 40 years ago. It's going on 45. It's getting close to it. Anyway, it's all these decades. All this happened. Hardly ever go to their home. So, how would I be? If I went to their home, would I be judgmental? Would it be like, okay, you have been this way my whole life. You come to my home and you judge, and now it's my turn. I'm not that type of person, vengeance or even something like that. It's not mine, But, however, Adam and his brother, went, his older brother, recently went and visited here in Texas, two of their, two households, but several people in their family. And like I said, I'm north of Dallas, so it's North Texas. One of their first stop they drove was in let's say the middle central Texas, and then the other one was in South Texas. The other one, the Seth, the cousins, and all that. And and Adam took video. And I asked him, I said, take some video. He goes, oh, I already have. And he showed me yesterday. Yesterday we went to get some nachos. We were craving these nachos, and then we sat out at the nature preserve and in my SUV, and I looked at the photos and the videos of their homes. And first it was his younger brother, whose girlfriend, she is definitely her, she'd always come to our home, first of all, knowing full well I can't be around perfume, and she'd smell like a French, like a French whorehouse. Yeah, I looked up that, looked that up. Why do we pick on French? Why do we say it like that? But look it up yourself. And she was always very loud, always loud, obnoxious. She cackled. She wouldn't, more like a hyena, in her laughter. She had to be the center of attention, man. She made sure everybody gave her the center of attention. She was so loud. And the way she dressed was just awful. And I mean, I could go on adult, the adult mean girl, adult mean boy. There's histrionic behaviors and all around. And some are narcissistic. My degrees are in psychology and sociology, by the way. So she was always. And then she'd come to our home and she'd do things that were like judgmental. But she wasn't as bad. She's his younger brother's girlfriend. They lived together. I don't think they ever got married. I don't know. If they did, then nobody told us. So I have a sister like that. Nobody knows if they got married or not. So anyway, they didn't tell anybody. That's what I've heard. So anyway, so this one that he did she works from home, by the way, and as Adam learned, she does 2 jobs from home. She wraps up one of them. It's her full-time job, and then she does people's taxes over the phone after that, through remotely and over the phone and all that. But the reason he was, in the video, the first video, he pointed something out to me. He said, that's her second workstation. And I said, okay. And it went so fast I didn't get to see all of it. But to start off with, and like I said, this is going to sound like me being just as bad gossiping, but y'all don't know this person, you never will. So when I use, like I said, I don't use real names and any of that stuff. But it would sound like this. Now, if I were to go and tell somebody, talk to somebody else in the family about this, their family or whomever, somebody who knows them, yeah, I would say this is being judgmental and gossiping. And here it is. This person who has always been judgmental about my home, me and my home, especially the kitchen, it's just smart aleck. And from what I heard through gossip, I tell people right off the bat in their family, I don't gossip. I don't want to hear it. None of that. But they do. And it was that she doesn't do anything in her home, which is I've learned with their family, they always make claims against the wife, girlfriend, significant other, whatever. They will make claims. They use them as a scapegoat instead of facing their own family is not perfect and they do things wrong. Yeah, they're going to put it off on wife, girlfriend, whomever, like I said, significant other, boyfriend, whatever. They're going to do that. And so I never believe it unless I see it myself within that family, what goes on in that family or the significant other. So anyway, but I knew what she did when she come to my home. And so I'm watching this video and he shows me that's her first workstation. Then he shows her sitting at her desk, in the video, and eating while she's working, and she has 2 plates or 2 bowls, something, 2 bunches, and she's eating while she's working and trying to balance it all. And but that video starts off, they're showing stuff, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know whose house it was or anything. I had no idea that he was showing me that video was somebody's house even, because what it looked like, more like, say somebody has a garage sale and is selling a bunch of trinkets and, stuff like that, whatnots, whatever you want to call them, a bunch of junk. Some of it new, some of it old, bunch of, like, they're just putting it out there on top of everything, just as much as they possibly could get on top of any kind of countertop or anything. That's what it looked like. I'm not kidding. See how mean that would sound if I went to somebody else in their family and told them that. I never liked any of them. There was never, one of them I did, but she turned out to be, it turned out to be one of those, she's a good person, but she does bad things. Not all bad things, but still, she's a nice person, but yeah, why does she have to go there? It's part of their family, so to be like that. Anyway, I hadn't seen her in decades, so. But anyway, this one, that's the girlfriend of that younger brother. So I'm looking at, and then I catch on, that's his brother's house inside of it. And I'm talking about every countertop for anything. Like, what one of them was for the kitchen. It's a house, and it's the kitchen, like, for, like, a bar. The chairs were the bar against the kitchen. You know what I'm talking about. That part right there, and it was just covered with knickknacks and junk. I mean, junk. There was, like, pretty much not a space open to put anything else. And then Adam, went to, like, he showed his brother, and his brother say hi, because they were making it for me. And then his other brother, they hi, and then going around the house, and he went up to, the girl, his younger brother's girlfriend, and showed that, showed the second workstation, and then that workstation. And that first workstation was somehow, they rigged it over a stationary, a treadmill. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. It went pretty fast, but it was just everything covered with stuff. I mean, that was just shocking to me. How can a person spend that much money on trinkets and little whatnots and what is the other term for it? Knickknacks. I don't think I should say paddywhacks. But you see what I'm saying? And I'm like, this is somebody who was so judgmental. Actually, one time told me how I should do my hair. And I've always had people who are jealous of my hair. It's thick and curly. And when I was younger, they were really jealous. That and my fingernails. My fingernails look natural French nails. Back when French nails were, a thing. Mine were natural. Looked like that. And I'm not one of those kind of people. That doesn't matter to me. Hair, all this stuff, it just doesn't matter to me. But she had the nerve one time come over our house, and she said, she looking at me, and she said, you know what you should do to your hair? Man, I wanted to tell her, say something like, no, I'm not one to do that. I'm not one to be, real rude, but this one's gonna tell me what I should do to my hair. And she went on to tell me, and the thing about it is, that woman looks like Medusa. Her hair looked like Medusa back then. Medusa's hair, if you call it that, what is snakes and all. And no, I would not be taking advice from you. But the nerve, you know, and here I am yesterday seeing all this video, and yeah, it hit me how much, if I just told anybody else in their family, if they haven't seen it themselves, that house was like, it looked like a nice house, you know, but it was just like trashed out by trinkets, knickknacks, you know, this kind of junk. So everything that she saw, everywhere she went, she bought several, you know, different knickknacks and everything, and put them all on everything. It was like, I wouldn't be able to handle it. Because it's like, where do you lean? Where do you put anything? You know, where can you, anything. You can put your purse even. You have to put it on the floor. But everything was covered with stuff. I don't think anything was on the floor. But it looked pretty trashy. Okay. So, now, would I be judgmental if I saw that after all that she's done to me and the rest of their family like that? Would I actually be considered as judgmental, or they deserve me talking about them, because after all those decades of them making comments about what I do or don't do, or gossip and make up lies, whatever, now it's their turn. I'm not like that, though. Like I said, it's not like that. But would I be? I would say, not really. Seriously. Now, if I went and told, I didn't go and tell anybody else. Oh, if I went and said, can you believe the way she does her house? Trying to be like them, you know. She's got all those trinkets all over the place. What does she think? They make her look wealthy or something? I've never known trinkets to make a person look wealthy, but you know what I'm saying. You know, the people who gossip like that, the things they say as it is. But anyway, I think I've done enough on this video. How long is it? My goodness. But yeah, you know, these things come into my mind about judgmental people. You know, because really in my mind, the way I look at things, the way I see things, is, you know, you're going to be judged by your own yardstick. I know I do. I get judged by my own yardstick. If I'm judgmental about something, it's going to come up, and probably not too much later on. And I'm going to see how am I going to do in that kind of situation or that kind of thing. So, yeah. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to wrap this up because it's getting kind of windy. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.